What if I told you that you could do a fully funded PhD in Singapore at some of the best universities and research institutes in Asia without paying tuition, without worrying about your living costs, and with a monthly stipend that actually lets you live comfortably? Sounds unreal, right? Well, that's exactly what the Singapore International Graduate Award, or SINGA, offers. To learn more about SINGA, let's start from the basics. The Singapore International Graduate Award, or SINGA, is a fully funded PhD scholarship designed for international students who want to pursue doctoral research in Singapore. Now, this scholarship is backed by A-STAR, Singapore's agency for science, technology, and research, along with top universities like National University of Singapore, Nanyang Technological University, Singapore Management University, and Singapore University of Technology and Design. Together, they offer access to world-class labs, cutting-edge research facilities, and global collaborations. So SINGA is not just about coursework-heavy PhDs. It's about serious research, innovation, and pushing boundaries. This scholarship also covers various research areas, especially focused on science and technology. In short, it primarily supports research in fields like biomedical sciences, physical sciences and engineering, computing and information sciences, and technology and related domains. This means if you're passionate about research, innovation, and also making an impact in science and tech, this scholarship might just be the right opportunity for you. Moving on, let's talk about why SINGA is such a big deal. Why is it considered one of the best PhD scholarships in the world? Despite being considered one of the most competitive, it is also very generous. Now talk about having access to world-class research facilities, international collaborations, or even globally recognized supervisors. Now here's the catch. It allows students to focus entirely on research without any financial stress. Why? Because this is fully funded support up to 4 years. So imagine you're selected. Now SINGA will cover your full tuition fees, your monthly stipend of around 2,700 Singapore dollar, which increases to 3,200 Singapore dollar after you qualify the exam. Now you also get one-time airfare grant up to 1,500 Singapore dollar with a settling and allowance of 1,000 Singapore dollar and priority access to on-campus accommodation, especially in year 1. Which means you're not just surviving, you are actually focused on research without any financial stress. But before getting excited, let's check if you're actually eligible for it. The basic criteria that you must possess or clear for this very scholarship are: Point 1. You must be an international student, not a Singapore citizen or a permanent resident. Second, you must have completed at least a bachelor's degree. The third point, you must have strong academic background. And most importantly, show a clear passion for research. Note that a master's degree, though not mandatory, can strengthen your profile. Other than your basic criteria for eligibility, you should also possess certain language proficiency certifications such as proficiency in English, TOEFL or IELTS, which is optional but sometimes requested. Now, since we're talking about excellency, they also require excellent academic transcripts and also strong recommendation letters from previous academic supervisors. However, do note that GRE or GATE scores are not mandatory for SINGA itself, but individual universities might require them for admission. Now let's take a look at the checklist if you are to apply for the scholarship. Here are the required documents which you need to submit online with no postal submissions. The first document you need is a clear scanned copy of your valid passport. a recent passport size photo, your full academic transcripts, which are translated to English, your degree certificates, or even certification letters, if not yet conferred. 2 academic recommendation letters submitted online by your referees. It is to note that your referees must submit their letters before the application can be processed. Why? Because sometimes a delay from your referees can delay your whole application. And lastly, your research statement or purpose explaining what your research interests are. Let's now take a look at how the SINGA selection process works and walk through this process step by step. Step 1. Choose your research projects. You will browse the official SINGA portal and select research projects that align with your background and interest. Now the second step, online application. There, you will have to upload documents, fill in the details, and submit your preferences. In the third step, referee submissions, which is very important. Your referees will receive emails and have to upload their recommendations. In fourth step, review and shortlisting. Here, the applications will be evaluated by A-STAR and partner universities. After which, in the fifth step, the interview happens, which is, if required, some candidates will be invited for interviews, whether it be technical, academic, or research-based. Well, now looking at the application timeline, SINGA usually has 2 intakes each year. First is the January intake, where applications run from December to the month of June. And the second is August intake, where applications run from June to December. These deadlines can change slightly each year, so always check the official site. Let's take a look at the part that matters the most, which is on how to build a strong SINGA application. First and most important is choosing projects smartly. Randomly selecting projects will not do. It is advisable that you pick topics that match your academic background, align with your long-term research goals, and genuinely excite you. Your statement of purpose is very important. In your statement of purpose, you should clearly answer why this research area, why Singapore, why this lab or project, or what skills and experience you bring. Be specific. Mention labs, tools, and research teams. That being said, recommendation letters are also very important. So choose professors who know your research ability, have supervised you closely, and can speak about your potential as a researcher. Lastly, applying early will save you a lot of trouble. Why? Because early submissions prevents delays caused by pending referrals. Now imagine you have been selected for the scholarship. Now, how would your life be like in Singapore as a SINGA scholar? Now, Singapore is considered one of the safest and most global cities in the world. As a SINGA scholar, you will get to enjoy a world-class research facility, international exposure, conferences, seminars, and also collaborations. Now, other than all the benefits you get out of academia, you get benefits on monthly living costs, such as for food, now say 250 to 600 Singapore dollar, for accommodation 400 to 700 Singapore dollar, for transport 100 to 150, and for personal expenses 400 to 500 Singapore dollar, with a total amounting to around 1,200 to 2,000 easily. So your stipend is designed to cover this comfortably. So once you are selected, you will receive the offer such as an official award letter, your university placement is confirmed, housing options are shared, your supervisor and research planning begins. So your typical PhD duration will be around 4 years. So to finally sum it up, this graduate award is more than just a scholarship. It's a gateway into global research, innovation, and academic excellence. So if you plan early, choose wisely, and also apply strategically, this opportunity can completely redefine your career. So think about it. To know more and to get the most out of this opportunity, you can go through our FAQs from this screen and comment below for any questions or book a consultation with Foreign Chatra. We would be most delighted to guide and help you through this scholarship. Thank you all and see you in the next video.